My parents were handing out Disney tickets to all the grandkids one by one with that cheerful family party kind of vibe. When it was my son's turn, my dad looked down at the stack in his hand and said, "I think we miscounted." Instead of fixing it, they just laughed and gave the 2 leftover tickets to a couple of random kids wearing Mickey tiaras. My son just stood there watching, not really understanding what was happening. I didn't say anything. I just watched as a pair of strangers walked by and happily took the extra tickets. My son was still holding the lemonade I had bought for him, gripping it like it was the only thing he had left. My sister clapped her hands together, telling everyone to gather for a group photo. I watched as all the cousins lined up, waving their Disney tickets in the air like trophies. Mason looked up at me, confused, waiting for me to tell him what to do. I told him we didn't need a picture. After the photo, Mom came over with her same practiced warmth, asking if we were doing okay. I told her we were fine. She didn't notice my voice shaking. Or maybe she did and just decided to ignore it. When it was time to leave, Mason asked if he could still wear his Mickey shirt for bed. He said maybe Grandpa would find another ticket later. I told him maybe, but I knew better. That night, after he fell asleep, I sat on the couch scrolling through photos my sister had already posted online. Everyone smiling, hashtags about family first and best grandparents ever. I stared at those pictures for a long time, wondering when I'd stop expecting them to treat me or my son like we were part of that story. Still, something inside me started to shift that night. I didn't know it yet, but that small moment, that single ticket that should have gone to Mason, would unravel everything I thought I'd accepted about my family. The next morning, I woke up to my phone buzzing non-stop. My family group chat was blowing up with messages, pictures of suitcases, hotel confirmations, emojis of Mickey ears. Everyone was giddy. It was like that ticket incident had never even happened. I scrolled through the messages until I saw my mom's text. "Remember to bring sunscreen for the kids. Can't wait for our big family trip." She had tagged everyone except me. I stared at that message for a while, my thumb hovering over the keyboard. There was this urge to say something sharp, something that would finally make them feel the sting they'd ignored last night. But then I glanced over at Mason sitting on the floor with his cereal, trying to build a castle out of Legos. He was humming to himself, peaceful, unaware. And suddenly, starting a fight felt useless. I told myself maybe it was just an oversight. Maybe Mom had meant to tag me and forgot. She forgets things all the time. Birthdays, school recitals, every single thing that isn't about my sister's perfect kids. Later that day, I called her. She sounded cheerful. Too cheerful. She talked about hotel rates, the breakfast buffet, how excited the grandkids were. When I mentioned Mason, there was a pause. Tiny but heavy. Then she said, "Oh, honey, I thought you weren't coming. You didn't say anything last night." I wanted to remind her that she hadn't given us a ticket, that she'd literally handed ours to 2 random girls she didn't even know. But the words got stuck in my throat again. Instead, I just said we'd figure something out. After I hung up, I sat there on the couch for a long time, staring at the spot on the wall where Mason's kindergarten picture hung slightly crooked. The house felt too quiet, like the silence itself was waiting for me to admit something I'd been avoiding for years. That this wasn't about a ticket. It never was. I make a silent decision that changes everything. While my family heads to Disney thinking I'm just pouting, I take my son on a secret trip of our own that helps us realize we don't need them to be happy. But when they come back and try to fix things with a pathetic consolation prize, I finally find the courage to tell them exactly where they stand. Click here to watch full video.